friends and students, I'd like to show you how we can play the beginning of this song, Homenero. Please excuse my pronunciation. So, to begin, let's go with a G chord, built with the third finger on the 6th string at the 3rd fret and the 4th finger on the 1st string at the 3rd fret. Okay? Now, I'm going to talk our way through this, but don't forget there's the tabs, and inside the tabs in the video that you have here, you will see all of these things in detail, both the left hand fingers and the right hand fingers. But let's talk our way through it also. Okay, so we have this prepared G chord. We have the G chord, we have the right hand resting in the prepared position. Now the thumb will play the 6th string at the 3rd fret, then the thumb will play the 4th string open, then the middle finger plays the 2nd string open, move back to the thumb on the 4th string, and then the ring finger on the 1st string. After that, play the thumb on the 4th string, the middle finger on the 2nd string, the ring finger on the 1st string, and then the middle finger on the 2nd string. So I will do the whole thing in slow motion. 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now moving to measure 2. We have the shape of a D chord, but let's not yet put the 2nd finger down. We're going to leave the 1st string open for this moment. So we have the 1st finger on the 3rd string at the 2nd fret, and we have the 3rd finger on the 2nd string at the 3rd fret. Now, to begin, the thumb will play the 4th string open, then the index finger plays the 3rd string, the middle finger plays the 2nd string, the index finger returns and plays the 3rd string, and now we're going to play 2 notes at the same time with the ring finger and the middle finger. That's the 1st and 2nd string together. Remember, the 1st string was open, so we played those 2 together, and now we perform this hammer-on from the open 2nd string to the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Okay? Now, to continue, the thumb plays the bass on the 4th string, then index and middle finger play this small chord on string 2 and 3. Okay, now to finish measure 2, release the 2nd finger from the 1st string, play the 1st string open with the ring finger, then the middle finger plays the 2nd string, then the index finger plays the 3rd string, and we perform a little pull off. So when the index finger plays the 2nd string, you have the A note fretted with the 1st finger at the 2nd fret. And then after playing that A, you pull your finger off to the open G. Okay, now I'm going to play all of measure 2 in slow motion. 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now moving to measure 3. Notice that in measure 3 I'm playing the G chord again, but with a different fingering. This time I'm using my middle finger instead of the 3rd finger. So now I have my middle finger on, or I should call it the 2nd finger, right? 2nd finger on the 6th string at the 3rd fret, and at this moment I'm using my 3rd finger on the 1st string at the 3rd fret. Now the right hand plays in this way. Thumb on the 6th string, thumb on the 4th string, middle finger open, thumb on the 4th string, ring finger on the 1st string. Now to finish measure 3, thumb on the 4th string open, index on the 3rd string open, middle on the 2nd string open, index on the 3rd string open. So I'm going to play all of measure 3 in this way. 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, moving to measure 4. We're back to the D chord, but again we're going to leave the 1st string open. We're beginning with the open 4th string, index on the 3rd string, middle finger on the 2nd string. Return to the index on the 3rd string, and then play the same 2 strings together as before with the D chord. That is the 1st and 2nd string, and remember the 1st string is open. We're going to use A and M together, and hammering on just like before. It's exactly as before up to this point in the measure. Now the thumb is going to then play the open 4th string. And now something a little bit different happens with the D chord. We are going to do the hammer, but we're making 3 notes. We're hammering from 2 strings together, the A on the open 1st string, the M on the 2nd string, and you play those, hammer the 2nd finger onto the 1st string to make the sound of the F sharp. So we have E, F, and then you have to pull the F sharp off back to the open E. E, F, E, okay? Immediately after the EFE slur, move to playing the first two strings with the index and middle finger, with the middle finger on the first string and the index on the second. Okay, so it sounds, I'm going to do both those motions together. Okay, we're almost done with this measure. The final motion is to move the first finger to the second string at the first fret and the second finger to the third string at the second fret, and play those two strings together with the middle finger on the second string and the index finger on the third string. Okay, that's all of measure 4. I'm going to play it in slow motion. 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now measure 5. Back to the G chord with the third finger on the 6th string at the 3rd fret and the 4th finger on the 1st string at the 3rd fret. The right hand performs in this way. Thumb plays the 6th string, thumb plays the 4th string. Middle finger plays the 2nd string open, return to the thumb on the 4th string, then play the ring finger on the 1st string. Now to finish measure 5, thumb plays the 4th string open, index finger plays the 3rd string open, middle finger plays the 2nd string open, then index plays the 3rd string open. So all of measure 5 will sound like this. 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're almost done. We're in the last measure of the introduction. We have a full D chord with the first finger on the 3rd string at the 2nd fret, the 3rd finger on the 2nd string at the 3rd fret, and the 2nd finger on the 1st string at the 2nd fret. The thumb is going to play the 4th string open, index finger plays the 3rd string at the 2nd fret, the ring finger plays the 1st string, and then the middle finger plays the 2nd string, and the index finger plays the 3rd string. Now, after that, we're going to move to the C chord with our first finger on the 2nd string at the 1st fret, the 3rd string is open, 2nd finger on the 4th string at the 3rd fret, and, 2nd finger on the 4th string at the 2nd fret, and then the 3rd finger on the 5th string at the 3rd fret. Now these 4 notes we're going to play together with A on the 2nd string, M on the 3rd string, I on the 4th string, and P on the 5th string. And this is a short chord like bop. So you have to silence the chord. Okay, so all of measure 6 will sound like this. 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, like I said, you have the tablatures and the sheet music to refer to, and with these tools, including what you learned in this portion of the video, you will learn to play the introduction to this song. You can also then look at more of the sheet music in the tabs to learn the part when the singer comes in and play more of the song. So I hope you will have fun and practice well.